Today, I am discussing my most popular sandwich and how much profit, how much longer I take away from that sandwich. And it's the £8.50 Build Your Own, which has bread, 3 items, a central reservation, eggy bread, fried bread dipped in tomatoes, 3 more items, another piece of bread, buttered with sauces, £8.50. Let's discuss how much profit I take away. And today, I have got Santa's little helper with me, Krampus. Now, for the purposes of this video, we do usually make these build your own sandwiches on Warburton's bread. Or you can choose a fresh baked bread cake. Now, our bread cakes, these are baked quarter of a mile down the road at a local bakery. That bakery's been there about 100 years. Fresh, delivered to us, warm. Look at the bounce and the spring on this. Are you ready? Oh, look at that. Fresh baked every day, delivered to us every morning, usually about 8:04 in the morning, ready for when we open. Fantastic. So I'm going to make this sandwich using a fresh baked bread cake. These bread cakes, this particular one, costs around about, I think it's about 38 pence per bread cake. And as you can tell, Mrs. Pewerk, my wife, she's really happy to be here. She's really happy to be involved in today's video. She's really enthusiastic. And she can't wait to get cooking this breakfast sandwich for your entertainment. I am going to make, that weren't even rehearsed actually, I am going to make the most expensive of the £8.50 breakfast sandwiches, so it's sort of like the worst case scenario from my point of view with regards to how much profit we actually make. So this sandwich, you can see she's making some bacon. First time in her life she's ever made bacon. Don't do this in our house. So we've got 3 rashers of griddled back bacon.
What are you doing?
We've got 2 pieces of fried spam. Now, pound for pound, spam is one of the most expensive things on our menu. It actually costs more for me to buy in than our 90% poor herb sausage meat patties direct from butchers, believe it or not. Spam back in the day used to be like one of the most scrubber meats you could ever have. I'm sure she used to eat it as a kid all the time, but you know, you just burnt yourself.
Yeah.
You alright with that?
Yeah.
She's going to get fearsome when we get home and blame me because she's burnt herself. Right, so that's enough marital disharmony. Let's get making this sandwich. Let's talk about profits. Let's talk about how much it costs me to make, how much it costs you, and how much profit she takes out of it. So we've got 3 rashers of griddled back bacon. Now, we do use Danish bacon. At one point, we used British bacon for many, many years, but we just felt as though the cost and the quality, it just started going down. So I swapped it to Danish bacon, which will annoy some people, but it tastes so much better. And this works out at 25 pence per rasher. We've then got 2 pieces of spam. Now, we cut our spam quite thick, and these work out roughly at 40p per slice of spam. We've then got 2 steak Canadian. Now, steak Canadian, believe it or not, to say it used to be a very cheap item, is also quite expensive to buy in. I think it's because there's not many manufacturers in the country that provide steak Canadian. And this works out also at just shy of 40p per slice, which in my opinion is an absolute rip-off because there's no to it, but it does taste absolutely fantastic. So then we've got a piece of eggy bread as our central reservation. This is purely for structural purposes. It keeps the structural integrity of the sandwich together. There's a lot of science that goes into corner kitchen breakfast sandwiches. This would work out roughly around 20 to 25 pence per slice once you factor in a piece of bread, an egg that gets dipped in it to turn it into eggy bread. Some people call it French toast, but in South Yorkshire it's known as eggy bread because it's bread in egg and stuff. So that's your central reservation. So we've got a smashed ash brown around about 15p. We've got some tangy chopped tomatoes, because it can be a little bit dry if you don't have something wet in the middle of it. With a flipped egg, a little bit of HP. You've got to have a bit of HP on your tangy chopped tomatoes, apparently. Personally, I don't actually like HP. Do you like HP?
No.
No, she don't like HP. She don't like ketchup. The only thing you like is mayo, really, isn't it? We've got us flipped egg. We'll get that brock in the middle. Get that separated. That's nature's sauce. So, we've got tomatoes. Probably around 10 pence worth of tomatoes. The egg, these get delivered to us from a farm every single week. These work out, they fluctuate. So, at today's prices, the egg was around 22 pence. So we've got, let's recap. Can you do this mathematics in your head, Mrs. Pewerk? 40p. 75p for bacon,
Mhm.
80p for spam.
I've lost it already.
Right, let's get a calculator. I've had to change angles because she's getting flustered being right close to it. So we've got 40p for bread cake.
Mhm.
We've got 75p for 3 rashers of bacon.
Mhm.
We've got 80p for 2 spam. 80p for 2 steak Canadian. 25p for eggy bread. 15p for ash brown. 10p for tangy chopped tomato. 22p for egg. For the salt, the sauce, the pepper, the foil, the bag, there'll be another 10p. That comes to £3.57 it cost me to produce this sandwich just for what you see in front of you. Now that's sold to the customer for £8.50. Again, it's a multi sort of like choice sandwich, so it can work out a little bit more expensive, but it can work out a little bit less. So you've got £8.50 to sell, £3.57 just in product costs. Then from that we need to subtract 12.5% VAT. We then need, you don't actually have to subtract it, I'm just talking to subscribers there. We're doing your maths. We have to, from the 850 we have to subtract the VAT. We then have to work out the cost of the rent, the cost of utilities, the staff's wages, the cost of the electricity, the cost of the cleaning items, the cost of the internet, the cost of the phone, the cost of the wastage, the cost of the pest control. Do you see what I mean? A lot of costs involved that you, the customer, doesn't necessarily think about, and obviously it's not your problem to think about that, that's my problem to think about it. But I like to do these videos, it's just to educate people that what you see, there's so much more that goes into running a business. So when people say that's expensive, that's a rip-off, I can get it so and so for X amount cheaper, you need to think that there's so much more that goes into a business than just what you see. She's hungry now, she keeps staring at it, she's wanting a bite, so we're going to slice it in half and we're going to show you a
cross section. If you didn't have HP sauce on it, it ruined it.
I know.
And I didn't put any pepper on it.
You don't even like pepper?
I do, I like a little bit of pepper. We chopped tomato.
You don't even like tomatoes? And we need your honest opinion.
Might have it cut it in half again.
No, that's quarters, we don't do. My saying's cutting half, we don't do cutting
Oh,
quarters.
got up brown sauce dripping out, right?
Oh, shut up, get it out. Turn it round so they can see that. Ah, don't eat it. Right, so my wife of 6 years, is going to take a massive bite. She's going to rate it out of 10.
8 years, but alright.
8 years?
Yep.
8 years.
It's nice with tomato on it.
And you don't really like tomatoes, do you?
No, I like them though. I'd have just not had HP on it. I like that, it's nice. I might have this for dinner. Just wipe off HP.
What am I going to eat?
I
I don't want all that crap. I'll let them eat it. I don't eat that rubbish.
might just swap that top bread bun for something else.
So what would you... This is your first ever food review. You are now Danny versus food. You're Miss Pewerk versus food. So right then, guys, she's back on the road again. Right, Mrs. Pewerk, it's all on you. It's all about you now. It's not about me for once. What would you rate this sandwich out of 10 on flavour?
8.
8. What?
Minus 2 points. 1 point for the HP, 1 point for the ash brown because I don't like them.
What would you rate that sandwich on value for money had you have paid £8.50 of that and me not had to pay you to beer?
I'm getting paid for beer.
I give you 20 quid earlier to go to get some makeup.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for value for money, especially I've just done that takeaway.
Right. So all in all, 18 out of 20 based on that sandwich.
Yeah.
For it's on fluent now. So yeah, so I hope that gives you a bit of an insight. I'm sorry that it's been a little bit crazy today. Obviously, having special guests with me, it's put me off a bit. And my kid sat on the other side, sat on freeze with his tablet. So that is, essentially the costings of a breakfast sandwich. There's so much that goes into a product that you don't actually see is the reason why products can appear to be quite expensive compared to when you make things at home. And I get a lot of comments from people saying, well, I can make that at home myself for £3, £4. That's absolutely fine, of course you can. You can buy fish and chips from Iceland for £3 and you can get 4 lots of fish and chips for £3, or you can go to Chippy and pay 13 quid. Asda, buy some beer, or you can go to the pub and pay a fine. Do you know what I mean?
You technically can't, because a tin of spam's £3.50, whatever it is, so you couldn't make this for £3.
When did you ever buy a tin of spam? She's getting into it now. She hates being in videos. Now she's trying. Here, you do a bit of presenting then. At the end of each video, I do Pewerk's final thoughts, where whatever's on my mind at that particular time, I like to discuss with them. And it's usually something about nostalgia. Obviously, you're a little bit younger than me. So what is something in your life that you think about often that you miss from days gone by?
Singleton.
Here we go.
Oh, go on.
That weren't rehearsed. 'Do you know what an Amish day is?
9 out of 10, really good.
Piss off. On that note.
Wait.